Just recently got the DLC for both Warmind and Curse of Osiris, and we're going to start playing through that. Before we do that, let me look through everything, see if I got everything pretty much what I wanted going into this. Oh, right, I need to switch that out. Fuck Quick Fang for PvE stuff. It's fucking terrible. Alright. Sure. Wait, is there anything else I should know? The External Mercury... Da, 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 it's nothing important. Nothing that I don't already know from the first game. Alright, Mercury looks fucked up, so I'm curious to see how it's changed, if at all.
When the Red Legion attacked, it almost cost us everything. It took a miracle to save us. The awakening of the Traveler.
Oh, right. I did that.
This is our new beginning. The maps are blank. The rules are gone.
Are they?
All we know is we must become more than what we were. This small corner of the cosmos is the only place that is forever ours. And the universe watches us with envious eyes. We've proven we can fight threats from beyond the stars. But now there are things stirring beneath our feet, provoked by the Traveler's light. Our war is just beginning.
It always is. When I hear that line, I just think of the Hive, so... The idea of things stirring beneath our feet is not really anything new. So, I'm not expecting a whole lot from this DLC. Pretty much all I've ever heard from the Destiny community is that this one especially was bad. Ooh, cutscene. We have a cutscene. It's the Vault of Glass. Oh, this is dope. Yo, this is cool.
Ominous rocks, killer robots, people in mortal danger. Seriously, aren't you tired of this?
Fatigue is a distraction from our purpose. As are complaints.
Oh, I haven't begun to complain yet. Ouch! Oh, now I'm complaining.
Focus,
her.
Kira.
Reach for the sky, big guy.
This is interesting.
Need help? Again?
I've got it, thank you.
This is cool.
Well, Osiris. What did you see? Slow down. Wait, I thought Oh.
Whoa, this is highly interesting.
2 o'clock, medium range. You're welcome. You know, I can't help but notice that even with all of reality to explore, you keep picking the places where they shoot at us.
We can't stay here. If the Vex succeed, it's the end of everything. Sakura, we can see your light. You have to go.
Nope, not leaving you. Without me, there's no coming back.
If I don't stop the Vex, there won't be anything to come back to. I'm doing this for the both of us.
Don't you even... Osiris!
That is one hell of an introduction. Okay. So am I meant to believe that was the first Vault of Glass raid? You know, they never did explain, as far as I understand it in the lore, how our subclasses changed. From what it made it seem, Osiris can jump through time? Somehow. Well, I mean, the simple answer would be he manipulates Vex technology, but... I'm interested. You have my attention. Also, I love Sagiri. Whatever the name of that ghost was, she's awesome. I want her to be my ghost. Fuck Nolan. No, I don't like our ghost. I think our ghost is okay, but fuck it. You know what they should do in future Destiny games? They should allow you to change your ghost. I know they're not going to, because you're technically the same character in every game, even if you have
Guardian.
no prior history.
Thank you for coming. There's been a development on Mercury. Strange reports from the cultists clinging to what's left of the planet. Normally, I'd ignore their conspiracy theories. But one of my hidden brought me
You have hidden?
this.
Give me her.
A dead ghost?
She's not dead. Her name is Sagira. I've known her a very long time. And her guardian, Osiris.
The Osiris. The most powerful guardian ever. The hero of 6 fronts. The Zavala before Zavala.
Zavala wouldn't like to hear you call him that. Most guardians won't even speak Osiris's name. He was the only Vanguard commander ever exiled from the city.
I didn't realize Osiris was that
And
powerful.
the man who taught me what it means to be a warlock.
I want to be
We
a
found
warlock.
Sagira on Mercury, and at the same time, Vex activity there surged exponentially.
And you think Osiris might be involved?
I need to know what happened, even if the Vanguard wants to forget him. When I lost my light, I didn't have anything else. I was empty. Then you came to Io, and you helped me find my way back. I need that friend again, Guardian. Go to
You're a bit of
Mercury.
a bitch.
Take Sagira with you. The followers of Osiris, the few who remain, might know what her presence means. And for now, let's keep this between us. I'd hate to have to throw you off this wall.
That was a joke.
Love to see her try.
That was a joke.
Sure it was Ikora. For those of you who don't know, Ikora there is actually a badass, even though she doesn't really show it too much in pretty much any of the stories, especially in Destiny 1. Ikora was one of the most powerful warlocks of her time. She might be the most powerful if you're not considering your character, assuming you play a warlock. But that's interesting. So in Destiny 1, there is like almost no information on Osiris. I knew most of all the lore on Osiris, and there was basically almost nothing. That's
The Traveler
interesting.
transformed Mercury into a garden world. It was a paradise, until the Vex came. The Vex replaced the planet's core with their own machines. We call it the Infinite Forest,
Why am I just not
an
hearing this?
ever-expanding labyrinth of realities. No two paths are ever the same. No one has ever escaped. It was Osiris's obsession.
Wait, the Vault of Glass wasn't on Mercury. It was on Venus, wasn't it? Yeah.
Welcome to Mercury, Guardian. The signs told me you would come.
What a coincidence. We follow the signs here too. And by signs, I mean facts.
That too is a sign. I am Brother Vance of the followers of Osiris, Keeper of the Lighthouse, and Oracle of the Lost Prophecies.
Hi, Vance. I remember you too. Huh. But as I was saying, you really don't have a whole lot of information on Osiris. I knew one of the big things that they tell you in Destiny 1 lore-wise is that Osiris was meant to be the next speaker, but he disagreed on a lot of the points with Osiris, or with the old speaker. But I didn't know he was the most powerful warlock, and I also didn't know that he was the hero of the Six
There is a
Fronts.
Vex gateway near your location. Osiris spent years studying it. He was convinced it was the door to the Infinite Forest. If it is still possible to find Osiris, we need to open that door.
Ikora Ray, Osiris's greatest student.
Brother
Oh,
Vance,
I definitely cannot make this
Osiris's
jump.
greatest fan.
Low-key shade. I also didn't know that Ikora was one of his students. That was definitely not information I knew about. The other thing I didn't know is this whole Infinite Forest thing. Why are we just now hearing about this? This seems like very important information that Guardian should have known about in Destiny 1. I mean, the answer is that it didn't exist in Destiny 1 because the writers haven't thought about it yet, but... I mean, come on. What else? There was one more thing I wanted to say. Crap, I can't remember what it was. If I think about it, I'll bring it up again. Oh, right. The last thing I was going to say was, I thought that we had been on Mercury before. I forgot that Mercury is actually only available if you beat the trials of Osiris. But that would also explain why the trials are combat-based. If he's that powerful, of course he'd want anyone who came to Mercury to be extremely powerful. Yeah, that's just information I didn't know. That's interesting. That cutscene was dope. I love that ghost, though. It'd be cool if in the future you could change out your ghost to have different... either personalities or maybe just voice lines. Personalities might be a bit much. Voice lines are well. But the problem is every ghost is supposed to have its own unique personality and therefore voice. Your ghost just happens to be an extremely worried fuck all the time. I would love something like Sagira. Sagira? I can't fucking say the name. Why is your crit in the center of your body? Hate that. Okay, over here. I'm just looking for shit now. It's not like Destiny 1 where I have to look for like dead ghosts and whatnot for lore. I don't know. Just curious. Whee! Whee! Should I check down there? Is it gonna let me check down there? It's probably gonna kill me. Yep. It looked close enough for me to fall into, okay? Why would the Vex make statues of themselves? Yeah, it's supposed to be a Minotaur, right? Why would the Vex make statues of themselves? They're robots, they don't care about worship. As far as I know. Do they care about worship? Let me think about that for a second. I don't think there was any lore about Vex wanting worship. I know they wanted control. They wanted to be the most powerful thing in the universe. That's why they took over the ability to manipulate time, which in itself is fucking overpowered. Here, so let's line it up. Nope. Nothing over here. Yeah, I'm not expecting a whole lot from this DLC, just because I heard a lot of people just say it was bad. I'm always, of course, of the hope that people were just being overly critical, and it's not actually that bad. But I'm going to go into it with relatively low expectations and hopefully be surprised. I was definitely surprised by that cutscene. That was dope as shit. And I mean, shit is pretty dope. Let's be honest. Especially when smoking.
I'm so pleased Osiris has brought you to me, his most faithful servant.
Considering how you revere a man who questions everything, I'm surprised how well faith serves you.
The Vex are at my door. Osiris has not returned. Faith is all I have left.
Brother Vance, you literally run a trial. How the fuck are you one of Osiris's disciples if you can't beat Vex? I better see 50 Minotaurs there. If there are not 50 Minotaurs there, I'm gonna call you a pussy.
The gateway to the infinite
Wow, this is
forest.
cool.
A place from which no one has ever returned. Not even Osiris.
This is interesting. Why are we just now learning about this stuff? That's my biggest question. I keep forgetting to pull up my chat. Hold up 1 second, guys. Now that I think about it, this tends to be how I do things. I just kind of sit here and talk to myself until someone actually joins, and then I pull up chat. Hello there. Oh, better get that. Cool. I wonder if there's anything back here. Man, that's so cool. Oh, maybe they're not worship statues, but they're just supposed to be statues for focusing whatever the fuck Vex energy is pouring out. Surprising lack of enemies though. The place is supposed to be so well guarded. Okay. So cool. I mean, introduction wise, this DLC is definitely blowing me away. Definitely looks cool. But I'm pretty much expecting the level of like, oh god, what was it called? The Dark Below? Basically. But that being said, I was actually one of the few people to this day that still enjoyed the Dark Below for what it was. I still think it was overpriced for what we got, but I actually enjoyed the story, nonetheless. Okay, I'm supposed to head over there, so I can just check this out of curiosity. Nothing there. That's so spaced out. Oh, there's more stuff over here. Oh, I bet this is that. Oh my god, it's not that. Why is there any tree left at all here, actually? I'm actually really curious to know what Mercury was like before everything went to shit. Because everyone keeps describing it as a paradise. But that's also the same way I think they described Venus, but they always talk about Mercury as if it was the most beautiful of all of them. Oh, that's a lot. How long is a day on Mercury? Honestly, I don't remember. I know that Mercury's year is 88 days. Wait, does Mercury... yeah, 88 birthdays. Does Mercury even have a day and night cycle? Now that I think about it? It might be like the moon where it always just has one side facing the sun, the other side is always facing the moon.
Here it is. Well, I'm ready if you are.
I'm not ready to go in yet, I'm gonna still explore. What did you miss? You missed the intro to the game, which was a really cool CGI cutscene with the man that we'll be meeting probably soon, called Osiris. And kind of just like the whole introduction to the game. That's what you missed. Now it hurts. But yeah, this is Mercury. Yeah, I don't know. Feel free to look it up and tell me what the day and night cycle of Mercury is like, if it even has one. Like, how long is a day and night cycle? Oh, that's interesting. That symbol is usually left by hunters to mean there's some kind of treasure nearby. Oh. Oh. Oh boys, what did we find? We found something. This is why you explore. Oh. No! Game, I want to explore! What do you mean? No! What the fuck? The game's not gonna let me explore. And it's gonna put me all the way over here? What the fuck? Can I spawn like... No. God damn it. What the fuck? What the fuck, game? How are you just gonna show me a secret passageway like that and then not let me explore it? What the fuck? I'm a little bit annoyed by that now. I'm gonna look a little bit more. I guess that wasn't the secret entrance. Or it is, and maybe I can explore at a later date? Question mark? I don't know. It was right over here, wasn't it? Yep. Alright, so is there something else I should be looking at? No, nothing there, at least nothing I see. No, nothing down below. There's that passage over there, which apparently I can't explore. Yep, I don't see anything. Man, that is such a fucking disappointment. My favorite part of any game is just to explore and look around.
Well, I'm ready if you are.
Where's what? Okay, it's supposed to be over there. I don't see anything else. Alright, let's go.
Can't get through. If Osiris's ghost were awake, then maybe she could help.
Osiris, preserve us. You have his ghost? Sagira? Please, Please, bring her to me.
Oh my god. Yeah, I didn't realize Vance was such a fanboy, but I should have known. What the fuck? Descendant Goblin. What? Okay. A slight variation of the Vex. Again. They look just like, were they called primeval or primordial? They're like futuristic Vex. So as far as I understand it now, there's like 3 different versions of Vex. There's the basic version, which I guess is supposed to mean like the present Vex. Okay. Oh wow, it was one shot.
Descendants. We haven't seen these Vex since the Vault of Glass.
What? These exist in the Vault of Glass? I knew there was a version like them that was a lot whiter. I thought they came from the future. Descendant? Wait, Descendant. Oh, I guess he's listening. I got a bright and brown. Oh, wait, so do we actually have Sagira on us? I thought Ikora had her. That's a lot of us. Can't play Dance Hero alive. I have not seen these before. These did not exist in the Vault of Glass. A version of them did. Because I've never seen those kinds of heartbeats before. I think the game is on.
There, take out the module.
I don't see anything else. The module? Oh, that thing.
Vex from different timelines are converging on Mercury. That's bad.
Yeah, probably.
This is easier to get to than their old place. That's for sure.
Thank you.
Yep.
I don't know what I would have done if Osiris hadn't sent you to me. In return, the followers of Osiris can help you revive his ghost. We have a hidden temple on Earth. Take Sagira to these coordinates. I will notify the followers that you are coming. Now that the lighthouse is safe, we can prepare for Osiris's return. All of the lost prophecies are coming to pass. I'm finally going to meet Osiris.
Wait, you've never met Osiris? What the fuck? Okay. That was enough to blow my mind. What the fuck, dude? You've never met Osiris? What the fuck? What the fuck? Nah. No, Gannon, I know how long a year is on Mercury. That wasn't my question. My question is, how long is a day? I'll look it up right now. How long is a day on Mercury? Because it can't be very long. Okay, it's the opposite effect. So a day on Mercury is 58 days, 15 hours, and 30 minutes by our standards. So it actually has a really slow rotation. It's the opposite. It has a... But that means basically 2 days on Mercury is about how long... Well, it's actually... It's less than 2 days is how long a year is on Mercury. So let me ask a second question. Does Mercury have a day and night cycle? Does Mercury have a day and night cycle? Mercury rotates 1.5 times during each orbit around the Sun. Because of this, Mercury's day from sunrise to sunset is 176 Earth days long. Sunrise to sunset, okay. So, if that's the case, what's 176 divided by 2 then? That is camera. Okay, so a day on Mercury, as in the time that it's bright, from sunrise to sunset, is 88 days. Sunset, right? No, now I'm confused. Whatever, it's not that important. Mercury landing zone can now be accessed from the director. Okay, so I can just go to Mercury whenever I want. I assume that's what that means. There's nothing here. Where am I supposed to go next? Complete mission, a deadly trial, and EDZ. Oh, okay. Is there anything here? Alright, I'll head here really quick. Let me go ahead and set up a party really quick, guys, so in case the voice channel annoys anyone else, any other players. So give me a second. Alright, my bad, we're back. Sunrise to sunset. Okay, I understand now. Yeah, okay, I understand in my head now. So essentially, the way Mercury works is that because it's so close to the sun and rotates so slowly, I think it might be just due to the proximity of it to the sun. Basically, from sunrise, from when the sun shows up on the horizon to when the sun goes under the horizon is 176 days long, okay, comparatively to us. So 1 day on Mercury is about 176 days on Earth. Now that's not including the nighttime cycle, I think, if I'm reading this correctly. If we factor in the nighttime cycle, that would be 176 times 2. So that's actually 352 days. Let me just double check my math. Yeah, 352 days is an entire day and night cycle.
Perhaps a barter is warranted.
Oh, I hate the way these leggings look. But goddamn, are they higher. Okay, can I upgrade, please? Yes. Sweet. My gear is going to skyrocket in level. Apparently, the level cap is 600! I thought it was 400. Nope. I got a ship.
Thanks for
Check
shopping
out the
Eververse,
shaders
Guardian.
in a second as well. That is a shotgun. It's a 296. I can upgrade. Now
Clean up
shotgun.
dust, reorganize my inventory.
No, I
It's not
can't.
home
It
yet,
needs to be-
but it will be.
Can I upgrade it using anything? I forgot that they changed it so it doesn't have to be the same weapon, but I need to. I can only upgrade an energy shotgun using this. How much is that going to cost me? I can do that. It's
Not
expensive,
everything
though.
Fenchurch sends is safe to sell.
Nope, looks like shit. How much
We
better
drove
is
the
it?
Red Legion
Wait
out.
a bit.
We'll do the same to whomever comes next.
Why can't I just buy materials? Son of a bitch. Is there anything else here?
Maybe a new look?
I don't understand why they took that out of Destiny 2. So in Destiny 1, you used to be able, like after a while, I think it was after the first DLC, you could, there was a person in the shop that would actually just allow you to buy materials. Whereas before you had to go to each planet and farm for them. As far as I know of, that there isn't anyone like that in Destiny 2. I hope I'm wrong, and it's not the case, but it might very well not be. Which again sucks because I have all this fucking glimmer that I don't know what to do with. Like seriously, I think I have the maximum amount, which is like 100,000 glimmer. It's like insane. And I'm just like, why can't I just use it to actually buy things? What does this look like? Let me see it. God damn it. Probably not be able to see it until it actually loads up the world, which is what it's doing right now. It's okay. Not a huge fan of it. Endless glory. It's interesting. It might look better with a different chest plate. It's okay. Not a huge fan of it. It just reminds me of the Crucible shader, really. Oh right, didn't they get a new ship? I'll look at that in a second. Oh, never mind, we're in cutscene. God damn it. I missed the trash can. Hello! A deadly trial, another one. Rendezvous.
The coordinates Brother Vance gave us are just beyond the village.
Hawthorne scouts surveyed that area in the Red War. There's no temple there, just an old radio tower.
What does this look like? How long anyone to show me? Why does everything in Destiny 2 take so long to load? That looks like shit, so no, I'm not going to use it. I'd rather use the plain, normalized ship. Up. Damn it. Couldn't make it.
So, are the followers all as passionate as Brother Vance?
You mean fanatical? Yes. They follow the idea of Osiris. They do not know the man as I did. But they're our best chance to revive Sagira.
See, I didn't know that. Because again, the followers of Osiris are about the only information we have on Osiris. It'd be nice to just know things, game. I didn't realize Brother Vance was just basically a... Well, no. Oh, I finally get to meet Osiris! Oh my god! And if it wasn't for how shitty the stability was on this hand cannon, it would be so good. How's school? I don't want to talk about it. In Destiny 2 they can. In Destiny 1 they still can't. Shotguns in Destiny 1 have gone through so many different changes, and, you know, they kind of left Destiny 1 as a broken piece of shit in the ground that they never really could fix. And they tried to just basically leave it to die and while they worked on Destiny 2. But in Destiny 2...
I feel bad for anyone who has to live out here.
Osiris would say it's a trial. If his followers can't survive here, they aren't worthy to begin with.
In Destiny 2, shotguns can do precision damage, but in Destiny 2 they started out as heavy weapons, but then at some point changed them back to special. I don't know when that happened. I just know that I got on when I started playing Destiny 2 again, which was like a week ago, and I was like, oh, they changed where certain weapons go. There's also, like, for example, this shotgun I'm using right now is in the first slot, which should be only for primary weapons. But I guess the way they're doing it now is that kinetic weapons, weapons that don't use energy bullets, get put in the first slot, and then um, energy weapons get put in the second slot. But even with that, there's still some, like, I just recently saw it too. I think it was a sniper rifle. Yeah. So, like, for example, Darcy's a sniper rifle, but it's in the heavy slot, so I don't know why that is. But you have, like, you know, my sniper, this other shotgun, few... That's an auto rifle. Like, all these are energy weapons, and they go in the second slot. But I have a shotgun and a sniper also in a primary slot, but they still count as special weapons. It's bizarre. All it really means to me is just, oh, more diversity. So I don't really care. Like, for example, you can run now triple sniper. I just realized, yeah, you could run triple sniper if you have Darcy as your third weapon. It also means you can run double shotgun, which is not practical at all, but you could do it to have fun. Maybe, like, if you're trying to do something PvP-wise. You better hope you never miss a shot, and you're constantly finding special ammo, but... In fact, I wonder how the game would divide that up. Like, if you had two shotguns, so would it give one bullet to each, or would it give two to whichever weapon you're holding, or to be whichever weapon's in reserve?
Really is just a radio tower. And the Fallen got here first.
That's what faith in Osiris gets you.
Oh, hello. Goodbye.
Followers. We're too late.
Huh. Well, you died. Place Osiris's ghost shell? Alright, 1 second. My phone keeps turning off, I have to reopen it. Yeah. So
maybe there's still something here we can use to help Sagira.
Yes, I get it, Ghost. Give me 5 seconds, god damn it. I'm gonna charge my phone. So, how I feel about the Sentinel subclass is, yes, it's cooler, But I have a real problem with them replacing every support or defender as class in the game with an offensive version. So they basically took the original Titan bubble. I think, was the class just called Defender? I think it was. And they basically made it aggressive for no reason. It's like this, like every single one of the classes had a subclass that was support based. Hunters had the bow with Night Stalker. Warlocks had Sunsinger with the passive regen, and then to their cooldowns, which would be really helpful in Destiny 2, considering the cooldowns are so fucking slow. And then they made Defender for Titan, and the thing was that Defender Titan was really good because you could either be invincible inside a bubble, or you could be or you could have the bonus to attack, and during raids that would be extremely useful. Whereas now we have Sentinel, and to be fair, I don't really know what Sentinel does. I haven't played Titan in Destiny 2, but you know, they don't have any support classes anymore. Same thing with Warlocks. Warlocks don't have support anymore. Everything is straight damage. The only support class left in all of Destiny 2 is Night Stalker. So I have a really big problem with that. I don't like, why would they take out support classes from the other two, or why would they take out support subclasses from the other two classes? I don't think that's fair. I thought Defender Titan was good in its own way where it was useful, which was during PvE things. During PvP, it was kind of like whatever. It was a cheesy little strategy at best, but I don't know. Sentinel is cool, but I don't like that they just basically took out all
Let me take a
the
closer look. This is heavily modified Vex tech. I've never
support
seen
classes.
anything like it before. Let me try something. Wait, something's happening. What is
Going on?
Hi, Sagira, you're cool.
Whoa! New shell. Who? Did you actually just put me in a strange machine you've never seen before? Who does that?
Sagira.
Ikora. Great. Glad you're still around.
Look, we've got to move, right now. Osiris is in over his head, as usual, and I need to... Wait, where are we? Who are you? Oh, never mind. We've got to get to Mercury. And don't worry about your ghost. We're sharing right now. I'll be back.
Yes, can you just replace him permanently, please? Please, Sagira? You're cool. I really like you. I don't like Michael. To make the subclasses more fast-paced and fun. Fun is subjective, first of all. And then second of all, again, I still don't agree with that. Why should every single subclass be offensive? Those classes had great utility. If anything, I think Sunsinger should have been changed to be more supportive. I don't think that there was enough of an incentive to use the other aspects of it. And whenever you did, it was a very, like, you were very selfish with it. It really wasn't a very good support subclass, but in theory, it should have been. I don't think they should have taken it out. Just kind of period. I still have a really big problem with it, to be honest. Because the thing is, like, Titan's whole thing was the bubble. That was the most useful thing for PvE. Everything else was
Osiris
mediocre.
saw something in the Infinite Forest, and it terrified him. Nothing terrifies him. We need to find him.
Osiris could be anywhere. Put in the wrong coordinates and you'll never find your way out.
I know I can do it. Osiris is in there protecting the rest of us from the Vex. He needs us. He needs me, and we're going to find him.
Fuck, I ruined my train of thought. So...
Well, what are you waiting for?
I'm
Osiris isn't
going.
gonna save himself.
Oh yeah, so basically my last point was just like, when you take out the support subclasses for all the classes, you end up kind of how the Hunters were before they got Night Stalker, hunters before Night Stalker didn't really have a place in raids because they didn't really do anything that was super helpful. Damage isn't exactly needed in raids because 90% of the time you're going to get more damage out of your... Can I walk on this? Out of your special weapon, which is usually your sniper rifle at the time. Almost always your sniper rifle. So now the other classes are fucked because they don't have anything like that, like at all. And this is fucking cool. Holy shit. Oh my god, this is cool. So yeah, I don't agree with it. I don't know why they did that. I seriously think that if they did change them, they should have just made them better at supporting. Titans can now erect a small... Is it a temporary shield? Regardless. They can erect a shield, but it's definitely nowhere near the power that the bubble had in PvE. So... Again, I'm happy they didn't change Night Stalker.
Osiris has
They decided
adapted
to
some of
change
the
one or the
technology
other.
of the forest to his own purposes. We're going to run into his reflections. They're copies of himself, made so he can explore multiple pathways at once. And yes, I am aware that it makes Osiris seem like an egomaniac. But don't worry, he is.
I love this ghost. Like, now that I think about it, if we're looking at all the classes, Titans got changed the most. They completely changed his Striker Titan super into the multiple like slams rather than just one big one, which in some cases is better, but you know, they still changed it. And then they completely changed the way Defender Titan works. He went from a bastion of defense to whatever the fuck aggressive playstyle he is now.
Cyrus has to be here somewhere.
Again, I don't know. I'm not a Titan main.
You shouldn't be here. You brought someone new with you.
Who? Oh, her? Get this. She's a friend of Ikora's.
Send word. Sagira has returned.
This is interesting. I'm actually loving this so far.
Cyrus sent you away for your own safety. Your presence here puts everything at risk.
Well, guess what? He needs me.
New timelines are expanding. We must create reflections to explore them.
This is fascinating. I love every second of this. This is so fucking
It's
cool.
almost too late.
One of my favorite genres is time travel. Or time manipulation. Huh. This is so fucking cool. Alright, where am I going? I'll be over here.
What do they mean, too late? Something must have gone wrong. Where's the real Osiris?
You cannot go to him.
What? What did he find? What's so bad that it could scare Osiris?
Behold, the infinite forest. Planet-sized prediction engine, simulating trillions of realities in parallel, all geared towards a single vexed purpose. Keep going. You'll see.
The Vex are simulating reality in here, brute forcing the future. And before you ask, everything in here is real enough to kill you.
Nope, I'm not in time. Oh, you didn't believe in your last statement? Yeah, I don't know. I've come to believe that trying to get into the head of any game developer is not really worth your time, as they tend to be disconnected with the community that actually plays the game. They probably thought that it would be more fun to, you know, to change it from Defender to Sentinel, but and in a way they're right. Like, I'm not saying that they're necessarily wrong in thinking that, but I think that you could have gotten that with just changing Striker to what it is now. I mean, if you wanted a more fast-paced play style, Striker is supposed to be that. But you also have to think about the identity of Striker Titan, and in reality, that's not what it is. Like a fast-paced play style. Try to say that 10 times fast, Jesus. Is not what the Striker is not what Titan's supposed to be about. The Titan is essentially supposed to be the tank of Destiny. It's supposed to be the one that can take the most hits, and you know, that sets up the front line of defense for the rest of your team. Now, Titan can't do that. There's not really much a Striker or a Titan can do to defend his team because he has no defensive abilities. He had the only one in the entire game. The Warlock's job with his resurrection with Sunsinger was to be the last bastion of defense in case of a team wipe. Or just a wipe in general, because sometimes a single person dying was enough to fuck up everything. And Defender Titan was supposed to be both the defense of the group and the buff to help take things out. Now, the Night Stalker's job was to crowd control the rest of the enemies, so that it would be easier for the rest of your team to do damage to either a single target or to multiple targets at once. So like, each of the support abilities on their own wasn't a huge deal until you started using them in tandem, and that's how you would burn through these bosses with thousands of HP that otherwise would be extremely difficult or very, very exact, like you couldn't fuck up. And that was always the most difficult part of any raid, was, you know, the exactness to which everything had to be done. Like, you could not mess up, everything had to be perfect. And that was part of the reason why everyone disliked the Oryx raid, was just because of how perfect everything needed to be all the time. No one on your team could screw up, because if anyone screwed up, the whole raid went. And the thing was, like, with Crota and with Vaulted Glass, is that you could get around a screw up. If you missed out on one good round of damage, you could still make it up in another round. But with Oryx, you couldn't do that. And that was one of the most infuriating parts of Oryx. Now, when it came to Siva, Siva was similar, but I never really played enough of the Siva raid to really state whether or not one person dying was enough to fuck up the whole raid. But yeah. Raids, in my opinion, should be fun. They should be challenging, but they should be challenging in a fun way. And sometimes, like, this whole perfection shit that the developers like to do, because I hear that the Cabal one, the Leviathan raid, is even worse.
Sometimes the
I hear that
blocks
shit's
the
cancer.
path. Eliminate the daemon controlling the local simulation, and the door should open.
They fucking spell it with an A. Daemon. It's a diamond. Yes, I see it. Go away, Jesus. Why is it so low? Come here, Vexy, Vexy, Vexy. Hop, hop. Oh, I thought it would be like a multiple gate thing. I guess not. This is so freaking cool. So wait, am I in the center of Mercury?
First, I will show you where it all began.
This is Mercury?
Untold centuries ago, before the Vex arrived.
It's so pretty! Oh, this is cool!
Here the Vex planted the seed that became the infinite forest. And its mind, Panoptes. Panoptes has a single purpose. Reshape reality for the Vex. And only the Vex. All this started with a single Vex. Would it end with the arrival of a single Guardian?
I hope so. But I also can't possibly see how the fuck that will happen. There were hornets the size of a fist on Mercury.
Now I see why he's made so many new reflections.
Yes, we've tried and failed to prevent this outcome. Now even our best efforts only slow it. But you must see for yourself.
The infinite tunnel.
Tell me, Guardian, were you there when the Traveler woke?
Yep.
A living Traveler that changes everything. For good. And now many things have been set in motion. Osiris wrote the lost prophecies to warn the other Guardians, and they sent him away. You cannot exile the future.
Maybe Osiris can talk about himself in third person. Might make Osiris think he's a little crazy. So you're telling me there was not a future where the Traveler had awakened? Or is it a day-by-day thing where... You know what? I'm not even questioning it. I still don't see how an enemy that can literally manipulate time and find an outcome where they win can ever be defeated, but... Wait, how are the Fallen here? What? How the fuck are the Fallen of all things? Fucking Fallen are like rats. They exist where they should not. How the fuck are Fallen here? How did Fallen make it here? What? I'm so confused right now. Honestly, I don't know what the Ward of Dawn has now, so I need to make a Titan character, play through it, and see what the fuck Titan is now. As far as I understand it, it's just an aggressive class.
We must find and stop Panoptes. But none of us have discovered a timeline where we succeed. This is what it looks like when we fail. This is the future the Vex want.
Yeah, and the hunters can punch now,
lighthouse.
apparently.
This is what Osiris saw.
Neither light nor darkness exists. The sun's warmth is gone. More life lost. That was before you. You are the key. You can stop this. Every timeline with a track leads here. We must destroy Panoptes to prevent this dark future.
So if I finally defeat this Panoptes thing, can we finally kill the Vex? Or are they gonna fucking linger? Oh, okay. Hello. Backing up now.
You're more important than any of us now.
Where do I go? Oh god, I'm dying.
We have to go.
Holy
This is
fuck.
bad. Really, really bad. We need to work together, all of us. You, me, Osiris, Ikora. If we don't stop Panoptes, you've seen what happens.
Why were we not working together before?
Ikora, you there?
Sagira, you just left. Where's Osiris?
In trouble. We all are. I'll explain everything on our way back to the city.
But I thought the whole thing was that they couldn't simulate us. I thought it was the opposite. In Destiny 1 in the lore, they talked about how the Vex simulated everything, but they couldn't find a simulation where they won. It was actually the opposite. They feared us so much because they couldn't find a way to win. We were so unpredictable. Like, amongst all their simulations, they couldn't find one where they actually survived in the end, where we didn't win. Now this game is coming in, it's telling me it's the opposite, where there's not a future where we win, but a future where they win. Anyway, yeah. The hunters punch now. In Destiny 1, they stabbed. I don't know why they changed it. It made more sense for the hunter to stab, and also made it more unique, but... yeah, they apparently punch like Titans do now. Which is kind of stupid. You like the Vex the most out of all the enemies? I can see that. I definitely always love the idea of time travel, and this game has definitely piqued my interest, or this DLC has definitely piqued my interest in that. However, for me, my favorite enemy of all time has always been the Hive. I love fighting the Hive. To me, they are hands down the most interesting enemy in the game. And they feel the most like a bad guy. Like, the Hive are terrible. They're a terrible race with a very interesting background, actually. But the Vex, for me, are a close second. After that, it's probably the Fallen. Because the Fallen have an interesting background, and they also have an interesting... oh, Arctic Pearl, that's interesting. Transit effect.
Thanks for shopping out first, Guardian.
The Fallen have an interesting background to me, and have...
Need some new moves, Guardian?
what's also interesting
Maybe
about
a new
them is
look?
that they're the most human-like, because they were the race that the Traveler stayed at before the Traveler kind of just upped and left. for whatever reason, and that's always been like a gray area, like why did the Traveler leave? This is give me agility, reinforcement. This could be a decent replacement for what I'm currently using.
Anything you want?
What does this do again? This gives me more resistance on my super. Right? This already says damage while super is active, which is really helpful for Blade Dancer. I don't have the shit to upgrade.
Oh dear, oh dear. A5530 on and DGS6 are down. Guardian. Please, Guardian. It's busy.
Do I want to get rid of that? I want to do this. I'm going to apply that. I'm going to put this on. We're going to swap this out with that.
How can I help?
And we are going to
Looking
put
for anything special?
an arc buff on. Does that make sense to me?
It's easy math, Guardian. You got the silver, Eververse has the goods.
She's got the moolah.
Oh no.
Anyway.
We drove the Red Legion out. We'll do the same to whomever comes next.
Anything right there right now. Can I upgrade my better devil?
Need some new moves, Guardian? Maybe a new look?
Fucking face glass. God damn it. I have to go to IO really quick to get some more face glass.
What do you think?
It's pretty cool. I got a new sword. Oh, Assassin Blade. Oh, Adaptive Frame. Sword skill boosts movement speed and damage. Interesting. Ooh. Ooh. This equipment qualities enhance. What does it do? What does it do?
Forget what I was
This weapon
doing.
generates orbs of multi-kills and displays the number of enemies defeated by using it.
Show them that they can't
Increase
mess with
damage
us.
and ammo. Increase damage at the cost of some ammo. Plus to the 42. I'd rather do that. I don't know what efficiency and defense does. Does this tell me? Efficiency, ammo loss when guarding with this weapon, damage reduction while guarding with this weapon. I'd rather have a higher defense, to be honest. Because I feel like if I'm blocking, I need to. Yeah, I'll do that.
Earth's a good place.
Efficiency, then
Worth fighting for.
garbage. You know what? Fine. For the sake of having balanced stats, I'll do that. Interesting. It becomes a black blade.
It's the Vex that scares me the most, to be honest. At least we can understand.
True. I'm swapping that out for that, definitely.
Solving problems out in the world, huh?
That looks cool.
Good for you.
Thanks, man. I didn't know you cared. Does no one care anymore? Increases arms Alright, so I just got this one. What do you look like? It is real shiny and purple. Ikora! Baby, I'm back.
So, it's the end of everything. I thought after the Red War we'd get a bit of a break.
Nope.
I'm not giving up yet. If nothing else, the Vex are methodical. They'd have a schematic of the forest, a map, and that map will show where Panoptes is. There's only one place they could possibly store that much data. The Pyramidion on Io.
Oh sweet, I actually have to go there. Melee kills reload a portion of weapons magazine, grants ammo for primary ammo, weapons, this weapon has a greatly increased magazine size. What does it drop it to? Is it 10? No, I can't see it. Compare it. Oh, there we go. Oh. What? How does it have more impact? It is a higher round per mission. What? How does that make sense? Rounds per minute, 140. So it fires faster, but has higher impact. Okay, game. What are you? Are you any good? You're an auto rifle. That's something. You're an energy auto rifle too. 450. Do I like 450? 450 is a slow. Usually like 600. Really have to kill grants increased damage. That's very useful. So for longer distances, it's very useful as well. That is a very, very long-ranged auto rifle. Like, holy crap, that's long range. Is this energy? No, it's primary. It's kinetic. See, things I don't think I need that. I still think Better Devils is probably better, at least in terms of perks. You're a scout rifle, which I don't really care about. Fuck, I want all of them. So, this would give it decent reload speed, decent stability. No, I just don't think the perks on this are as good. It's definitely not better than what currently is. Oh, that's why it's comparing it to my shotgun. I'm like, how is it better? Okay, here we go. This is a fair comparison. It still has the same impact, though. Okay, well, if that reload speed... okay, so it reloads slightly slower than my current one. Both adaptive frame, both 140. That 13 will drop to 10. Will the range be higher? The range will be slightly higher. Stability will be slightly less. Handling will be a lot worse, but I don't really care about that. Nah, I'm not gonna go with that just because the first is worse. I'm gonna get this energy auto rifle.
Our light is stronger than ever.
So this is a 450, so it's basically the same as what I currently use. I think it's all the same stats, but it's just
Do you have knowledge
is
to
it
share?
better at doing anything? Slightly better stability, slightly better handling, slightly better
How can you
reload
pass on
speed.
what you have learned to others?
Can I buff the stability on it at all?
Okay, right.
Perhaps a short repose would do us all good.
Armor piercing rounds are good for distances. I'm going with armor piercing rounds though. Red dot.
Okay.
Handling doesn't matter. I'd have to try out each scope. I'm gonna bring it to the next mission though. And we'll try it out there. Oh shit, what I did? Fuck. I didn't mean to delete it, I'm sorry. I'm gonna delete my old auto rifle though, I don't need this anymore.
Hey, Bird, careful. Here, you get sucked into a jet turbine. I'm gonna be so
No. I can't remember if there's a raid attached to this or not. Would I say Destiny 2 is better than Destiny 1, generally speaking? Wait, didn't I need to go to IO? Okay, I did. Sweet. Well, while I'm doing that, I'm gonna stop by here really quick and get some material. Do I think it's better? I think that there are some things Destiny 1 did better than Destiny 2 did. I think that in Destiny 1's current state, I'd say Destiny 2 is probably better. I don't really know. Destiny 2 refines a lot of the stuff that Destiny 1 kind of failed on. I'd say as a community, Destiny 1 during its entire lifespan was better. Because the thing is, like, no one really plays Destiny 2 anymore. I think we'll probably get a large influx of people once Forsaken comes out. Tomorrow? Is it tomorrow? Today's the 3rd right now because it's past midnight. So tomorrow. Oh, I hate this though. I wish the stability was slightly better. It's not on manual though, luckily, because it's a slower fire rate. Let me try the scope. So we're waiting on the scope to change. There it goes. That's better. The thick frame's kind of annoying. Because look how much of the screen it obscures with the thick frame around. But, I don't know, it's hard to say. I think you can make an argument that there were some things about Destiny 1 that were better. I personally liked how short the cooldowns were on abilities in Destiny 1. I think it helped you. It just made it more efficient to kill things. Was mainly the reason. Where's the first one? There it is. There's one chest. The thing was that made it a problem for Destiny's PvP. So it just felt like the reason that they made abilities take so long to recharge in Destiny 2 is because they didn't want the ability spam of Destiny 1. But I like the ability spam of Destiny 1 because it made you feel more like a superpowered soldier.
The Vex are marching to integrate, Guardian. You know it must be done.
There go the Vex, extending their substructure again.
They must be stopped.
I think... I don't know. I guess you can make the argument. I guess my simple answer would just be yes, generally speaking, Destiny 2 is probably better than Destiny 1. But as I said, I've already kind of stated my problems with it. It's a general thing. Again, I hate that they took out support classes, except for Night Stalker for some reason. It was also really thick. Scope. I'm gonna go with the second one. It shouldn't be that big. Alright, we got some face masks. Let's go do the mission. Could be that way. I don't like the main enemy in Destiny 2 as much as I did in Destiny 1. Because in Destiny 1, the main enemy, or at least the starter villain, is the Vex. And I think the Vex, just generally speaking, is a cooler enemy. I think the Cabal are probably... Well, I've already stated, I hate the Cabal. I don't like them as an enemy. They're just a bunch of giant fucking turtle scrotum faces that like to blow up shit. Their whole thing is like basically they're like the Roman army with the whole conquering and namesake and whatnot. Calling themselves a legion. The Emperor of the Cabal here is kind of a cool character, but there really just is not enough of him. I really didn't get enough of the Cabal in this game. I think maybe I should have. There's nothing really to hold my interest. The Cabal seem kind of dull to you. Yeah. The problem is, like, they're just never focused on at all in Destiny 1. They showed up in the lore, but they were just kind of there. They always just were kind of there as, like, something for the other races to fight.
Are you sure there's a map of the Infinite Forest here?
If the Vex are trying to reshape the future, the Pyramidion is part of the plan. The map has to be here.
The Pyramidion.
I know a trick with that conflux.
So you're
Brace yourself for the Vex
whole
welcoming party. Or not.
With me, you get the shortcuts.
Sagira, I know we didn't leave one another on the best of terms.
You led the group that exiled my guardian. I didn't like it. But people weren't ready to hear what Osiris was saying back then.
It wasn't just his prophecies. He never understood that there was more to being a warlock than being the smartest person in the room.
Osiris has changed. Really? You are still the same by-the-book Ikora I remember.
I'm not so sure about that. Losing my light was revealing. I see now I need to be more than I was. Maybe we all do.
I mean, is there really anything more to being a warlock than being the smartest person in the room? I thought that was the whole, like, thing with the warlocks. Hi, I'm smart. I mean, design-wise and gameplay-wise, the Cabal are one of my least favorite enemies to fight. On one hand, in Destiny 1, they were one of the easiest races to one-shot to the head with a hand cannon. So they weren't, like, the basic Legionnaires weren't that compelling to fight. And then on top of it, there's also the Phalanxes, which have the whole fucking shield shit, which just pisses me off, because if you're talking about slowing down gameplay, that's how you slow down gameplay. You activate a fucking shield that you have to get annoyingly behind or shoot their fucking toes or the side of one of their arms in order to get them to stagger. And then they have fucking modifiers that don't allow them to stagger, which makes fighting a Phalanx Cabal really, really annoying. But lore-wise, there isn't much to the Cabal. As I said, the most interesting thing that ever happened to the Cabal is when you meet the Emperor in this game. Even like the whole... Because what they tried to do in Destiny 2 was they tried to give you...
Looks like Ikora was right. My scans show the Pyramidion does receive data from the forest. I've got the location of a conflux where we can access it.
What they tried to do in Destiny 2 was they tried to give you a central villain, an antagonist, like they did with Oryx in the Take the King. Ow. But the enemy there was not nearly as compelling.
I can reprogram that warp gate. It should get us close to the conflux. Calculations are ready. All you gotta do is jump through the hoop. Well, that didn't work as well as I expected.
The Sagira I knew would never admit to anything less than Osiris-level perfection.
Ikora, here's a secret. No one has ever lived up to Osiris's reputation. Not even Osiris.
It's almost like he's a human being who has flaws. It would be great if the game expanded on those. Instead, the game likes to keep it very vague. The stability on the gun isn't that bad, but the bullets seem to like randomly kick in different directions, so it's hard to get an exact shot with it at all. Wait, can I walk on this? Life's a breeze with a Hawthorne field forged shotgun. It's yours today. About to waste a shotgun shell on it, and I was like, nah, just punch it.
I can tell that the conflux is somewhere nearby, but the Vex must be cloaking it. Look out! We've got incoming!
Man, this is just making me miss the Voltage Glass. Yeah, because it's an energy weapon, so it does void damage. I could change the archetype to it to arc or solar if I wanted to. Right now it's doing void just because it's what it starts as.
There we go.
Do 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 do.
I don't understand.
Keep
Do
looking.
do do do. Do.
Wait, I've got something.
Coordinates for a node in the Infinite Forest. That's where our map is.
No, do you remember when I was explaining earlier, Ganon, that there's kinetic weapons and then there's energy weapons? Like, yes, it's a primary weapon, but it's not just a primary weapon, it's an energy weapon. Energy weapons go in the second slot, and primary weapons go in the first slot, or kinetic weapons go in the first slot. To the lighthouse! Ganon, if it's minor corrections like that, you don't have to correct yourself in chat. I don't care. I understand what you meant. New stuff. Yeah, please don't be a perfectionist like that. That's my purpose. I'm not talking. Do you sell anything? Do you sell anything interesting?
What have you done for Osiris today?
Bitch, I'm gonna slap you if you dare say that again. This is an okay cloak. Yeah, it's not really good enough to replace what I'm currently wearing. What the fuck is that visor? Garbage. Claim 10 reward engrams to unlock. Chests and lost sectors on Mercury. So is this whole thing a hub world now?
Aim true, Guardian.
Yes, I didn't know it was a hub world. I literally never want to talk to Vance again. He actually makes me mad. I didn't realize he was just a fucking fanboy. That's kind of irritating. That he's pretty much... He's gone from this character that was the head of Osiris's disciples, you know, which makes you think he's like the second to Osiris himself. And then just, you know, shrunk him down to, oh, he's just, you know, a zealot fanboy who can't fucking do anything.
I have reports of Red Legion activity on Mercury. Survivors from the Almighty.
Survivors, huh? Let's finish the job.
I wish it actually made that sound so that I could just fucking pew pew sound. Name true Guardian. Ah, Guardian! Sucks. Brother Vance was a cool character.
Let's get to that node. Then we can use the map to find Panoptes and stop the dark future.
Like, because I thought the whole thing was that Osiris basically started this cult because he was exiled from the city because the speaker didn't like what he was, you know, saying, because he was saying stuff that was contrary to the goodness of the Traveler. It's where, because Osiris is where we originally got the idea of, oh, maybe the Traveler isn't very good because of this grimoire written by Osiris. And, you know, that was considered blasphemy. I mean, rightfully so. This. And so the whole idea was that he started this outside cult of like-minded, I would assume they were supposed to be guardians. And that's what Brother Vance was supposed to be. Supposed to be second in the charge. And instead...
Okay. Find another gateway, and I can get us to the node.
Instead, it turns out that Osiris is still just another, I'm a solo wolf who don't need no friends because I'm the strongest, kind of dude. And everyone else is just fucking fanboys. So,
Osiris's reflections must be searching for Panoptes too. Even if he makes a million copies of himself, I don't think he'll find it in time. We need that map.
I need to double check if that thing with the harpy still exists in Destiny 2. Oh, I'm gonna be so happy if it does. Does it exist? Does it exist? Stop moving. Here, I'll let you shoot at me. It still exists! Yay! It's still a thing in Destiny 2. That was the weirdest thing I ever discovered in Destiny 1. I'm happy it still actually exists. I have to double check. I might have just been a bug. He still fired at me. So in Destiny 1, there was this weird thing where if you got really close to a harpy, like directly in its face, and just looked at it, it wouldn't shoot at you for some reason. Yeah, it's still in Destiny 1. That is hilarious. That's funny. I can't believe that bug still exists. I don't even know whether to call it a bug or just a weird quirk of the character. Yeah, as I was explaining again, the harpies, if you get really close to a harpy, like up in its face, it won't shoot at you for some unknown reason. I don't know why, but it won't shoot at you. It was something that I discovered in the Prison of Elders back when I played Destiny 1. And I was curious to see whether or not it was still in the game. And it is. It's like they get really sheepish when they're right up in your face. So you go back up. Oh. Gannon, I forgot to ask, how's your weekend been? How's everyone at home? It just now occurred to me to even ask that question. Yes, if your question is whether or not I'm a horrible human being, the answer is yes. I've come to terms with this fact. Oh, I have thought it was gonna fall off. Oh, why is there a hole there? God damn it. I knew that at some point during this I would fall off the edge. God damn it. Man, I still wish I could dodge like Night Stalkers used to do back in Destiny 1. That was the best reason to play that class. Now everyone's got this dodge, it's on a super long cooldown. It's actually not that long, to be fair. Oh, I see. If I hit someone, I'm not sure if it's a hit or a kill, I get faster movement speed. Oh, I love this blade. This is way better than the old blade I had. It's dope. It's giving me a movement speed for 4 seconds every time I kill something. Yeah, I think it's every time I kill something. Every time I hit something. Words. They're hard. You had sausage and gourmet mac and cheese. Well, good for you. I had a turkey sandwich and some ramen, and I had a popsicle today. It was actually pretty good. I forgot, they actually gave Minotaurs crit boxes, I think, in Destiny 2. It was weird that they were the only enemy in Destiny 1 that didn't have a crit box. It was really big and really big. I would hope that in general you want to appreciate the quiet moments in life as you get older. They are few and far between. Ow, my cankles. The fucking Legionnaire went flying, what the fuck? I swear they changed the crit boxes on this ball to make them smaller. Hit. Oh my god. I'm trying to do flick shots. Anything else that's alive? I've always wanted to do one of those eye tracker videos. Where it's one of those videos where essentially they put like a motion capture either
This is a
near or
combat
on
loop,
your eye.
a simulation of the recent past when the Cabal attacked Mercury. The Vex must be testing alternative outcomes.
Oh, so that's why the Fallen and Cabal are here. They're not actually there. They're simulations. Okay, that makes sense. I was wondering why they were here. Yep. Burp. You could make that. I feel like you could make that jump without the sparrow.
Were you showing off? Listen, I already like you. You passed. You can relax.
The Vex must know we're after the map. They're redirecting the Cabal to destroy it. We have to hurry.
Well, I like you too, Sagira. Stay with me forever. Be my new ghost. That's funny. I don't know if she says that if you don't try to do tricks. I hope she doesn't, and it's actually one of the times she says if you do tricks on the bike. I actually really like this character. I like this character almost as much as I liked Failsafe from the original Destiny 2 campaign. Why are the fucking robots more interesting than the actual characters half the time? Seriously, think about it. Every single, at least when I think about it, every single one of my favorite characters in the game is either an exo or a ghost. Everyone else is either edgy or kind of annoying. Because, so my favorite characters include Vex, include Cade, include your own ghost, and Sagira here. They're three of my favorite characters right now. Try that again? I like Eris, but I more or less like Eris because of her interaction with Cade.
That has to be the map.
Bad.
The Infinite Forest is a doomsday machine, but when you see it like this, it's almost beautiful. That Minotaur is going to be trouble.
Oh, hi.
And he's gonna be worse.
Oh, fuck. Oh, you bitch. Oh. Well. I didn't know there were lasers coming. I think Ikora is okay. I don't love Ikora. I don't hate Ikora. I don't really like Zavala, even though he doesn't really earn money. He's just kind of boring. Who else is there? There's all the new ones they introduced. I don't like... I forget her name, but it's the girl with the falcon or the eagle. I think it's a falcon. That you meet in Destiny 2. I think she's not interesting at all. Decim is kind of cool. Hate the guy on Io. I've already stated I love Failsafe. So yeah, Failsafe, Sagira, and Cade are probably my favorite characters.
He's going for the map. Hurry.
Motherfucker. Swords. Why did that? That's been happening to me more and more frequently, and it's kind of starting to annoy me. What is with the hitbox on swords in this game? My favorite weapon type. Why? Why? How does who compare to Cade 6? Sagira or Failsafe? Because there's different answers depending on which one you're talking about. Let's lead to this place. Are you gonna stay and fight this time, or are you gonna run away like a bitch? The ball lady. The ball lady. Cade is a classic. I can't really say I love her more than I love Cade. But Cade isn't quite as charming in this game as he is in the original. At least in my opinion. So, I'd say I still probably like Cade more, but definitely a close second. It kind of just depends on how Sagira turns out by the
All done. Let's get that map.
Can I get up here? Sweet. No, I can't actually. It's not a real thing. Fuck you, invisible walls! Alright, give me this thing.
Scanning. I can't find Panoptes. The map's too big. I can't search it fast enough. It changes constantly.
I need more processing power. There are Vex mines on Nessus that might do the trick. You up for a hunting expedition?
Whatever, fine. I really like Sagira. And I really like Cade. That was the main reason. Honestly, it was the only reason I came back to Destiny, was, at least the second time, was because of what happens to Cade in the next DLC. So, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. Cade is a classic. The best way to describe Cade is a classic. He was the best part of Destiny 1. And, you know, I love Failsafe, and I'm really liking Sagira. But, yeah, I would assume you could hear my music in the background. Shit, I just realized I'm probably going to end up getting copyrighted on this video now. Fuck. That sucks. Alright, I think I might go ahead and end this here. It's already 1 in the morning. We can do a strike really quick. Let's do a strike to end the stream. I just realized I'm probably gonna lose all of this footage because I decided to play music. Fuck. I wasn't thinking. There, I'll play this. I don't think this is copyrighted. It's a song I really love right now. Whatever. I'll put this stream up on my channel. If it gets copyrighted, like if it gets taken down, I don't really care. Well, it sucks because fuck, I wasn't thinking about it at the time. I need to pull up my other chat now because I'm using my phone for music. Hopefully it's one of the new strikes and not one of the 3 from the base game. Oh, and hopefully we don't get spawned in the middle of a strike. That would suck too. At least we can remember this stream in our hearts. I'll never forget you, stream! Oh, this is a new one. Yay, we got something new. I'm actually showing music so you guys can hear me. In the slight chance that the stream doesn't get taken down later. Maybe I have to do something else. Oh, God damn it. Is it one of those strikes where you have to fucking examine something before you head down to the area where you're supposed to go? That's annoying.
Anna, do you have any intel on Noctis?
He's Oryx's other son, but was excommunicated.
Oh. Yes, more Hive lore. Give me more Hive lore. I love Hive lore.
Are you seeing these readings? They're coming from those crystals.
It's some kind of solidified hive soul fire. You need to get rid of those things fast.
Why did I go that direction? I seriously hate the tracking on these swords. They made them so much worse. Oh, what did I pick up? Okay, I have a thing now. I don't know what I do with it. Okay.
They want to turn all of Mars into a spawning ground. We've got to stop Nokris.
Oh, so the Warmind is the Warmind DLC hive based? I thought it'd be Fallen. Oh, that makes me so happy if that's the case. I have no idea what's going on. That'll be right after the Osiris one. Now, what did we learn today, kids? Maybe don't punch the cursed throne.
I've been reading more about Nokris. He's a necromancer. Something extremely rare for the Hive.
That's
He
rare?
can actually reanimate dead Hive. You're going to have to take them all out. Permanently.
Ooh, fucking shit we're doing. Okay. Everything is fine. A single clap. God, you're tanky. I'm dead. Wow. To be fair, I wasn't that close. Holy shit. literally everything I have is out of ammo. Is that it? Ow, my fucking ankles. Jesus. The game was glitching out. This doesn't look very good. Fucking, the tracking on swords in Destiny 2 is garbage. I don't know what they did. Holy
We're
crap.
ready for this, Guardian. We can stop Noctis.
Oh, hi! How are you? Get the fuck out of my face? Wait, did he say son? This is a witch, though. Is Narcos a male witch? What? Oh, we need an orb, right? Stop running, Jesus. I don't know why, but I keep running the Japanese word for rabbit through my head. Don't ask me why, I don't know. You saw these enemies. Where's me teammate? Save them. Push right on all sides, Captain. That is such a wimpy ass weapon, bro. motherfucker and your fucking immunity bullshit. The Japanese word for rabbit is usagi. U-S-A-G-I. Usagi. This is actually a pretty cool strike. It reminds me of a Raid boss. It's probably inspired by a Raid boss. Enough to kill you. There you go.
Excellent work, Guardian. Mars is safe. For now.
Thanks for all the shit. What is that? Energy weapon? I'll look through everything later. Haha, second place. I did things. Alright, and with that, as soon as I return to orbit, I will go ahead and end the stream. Hopefully this doesn't get taken down when it gets uploaded eventually, but I have the feeling it will. But, you know, if it doesn't, thanks for watching the stream. For all those that'll watch it later when I re-upload it, or when I upload it. And with that, see you guys later. I'll probably end up doing a part 2 of this, if you guys want, where I do the rest of the Osiris DLC, but it's currently pretty late right now, and I don't want to... I wasn't really planning to do the whole thing in one night, but, you know. Bye-bye.